Everybody, welcome back. Dev Spider here. So we're going to get another episode out really fast. It's going to be episode 1 again. The new update should be landed. We should be going straight into it. I went ahead and went through the character build screen. We went over that last time. Right here, I just wanted to show my stats that I'm selecting. Again, we're going to be unemployed. We're going to do big bones for damage up, fast hand for attack speed, city friendly for damage to trees, boulders, and ore, thick skin for damage taken, good posture for attack, dodge, stamina usage down, 2 hearts, stamina regeneration up, creative gives us demolish speed. Had to add in a negative, so we put +1 in for indigestion, so hit point recovery from items is going to be down, which is fine. We can just get more and make more food. Sorry about my voice again, guys. It should be good in another day or two. I did make a post about it earlier on YouTube, but I got sick, so I've been down for a few days with the flu. I don't know if I went too hard making Icarus videos, infected videos, and all that stuff at once, but again, we should be back and up and running here shortly. Let's go and grab our new character, single player, and we're going to start a new game, and we'll do our usual settings here. So no generator breakdown, make sure our natural objects respawn. Alright guys, so the game's loading up. We should see a different start screen. A brand new storyline should be here. Should be all kinds of new stuff to get into, so let's check it out. Alright, so we have a new nice opening cutscene there. We should get some tutorial where the tutorial actually talks to us. So let's go ahead and move up here and see what we have.
This is not a fresh human meat store, Mr. Zombie. I'm busy, so why don't you shuffle off to another store? Human, are there still survivors on Endorn Island? Oh great. It seems the sleep capsules have malfunctioned again. I'm Dr. Veronica Grimes. I've been tirelessly searching for a cure for the zombie condition, but I haven't found one yet. But perhaps, just perhaps, you might hold the key to advancing my research. Is there even power in the bunker now? Find the light immediately and secure the line of sight.
Alright, looks like we're part of the human being saved situation, so let's go and get started. See, right now it says assess the situation. F, interaction light to take. L, to turn the light on. F, to open the door and exit from the capsule room. Alright, so let's take a quick look around, see if we're missing anything important. Okay, so we have to follow the quest line, so it says L to turn our light on. Then we can open the door, so I guess maybe it's going to be dark out here.
You've just emerged from the Stasis capsule, so you're probably wandering around without any clothes. Find something to wear and get dressed. Even if no one is around to see, let's keep some semblance of decency.
Alright, let's go find us some clothes to wear. Alright, so we got the old gloves, the old shoes, and the old clothes. Now it wants us to open the inventory by pressing tab and equip our clothes. Just gonna right click those.
Do you realize the situation you're in? Endorn Island is where the zombie mutation first occurred, and everyone but you has fled. The world has been engulfed by the zombie thanks to the escapees from the island, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. If you want to survive, you'll need to escape from that bunker. Exit the capsule room, open the yellow door, then move outside.
Alright, so we have a new journal update. It wants us to check the journal first. The journal is completely different, so this looks a lot better than the last journal. Veronica Grimes, number 1, waking up in a zombie apocalypse world. Reward, strength +1. Let's see what we have here. It looks like it's just quests and some explanations of what to do, what's been checkmarked and not checkmarked, so we need to pass through the door while crouching. I'm gonna search everything on the way out. So far, everything's been empty that I found so far. Oh wait, was that find? Process bone. Okay, that's something different. I don't think we really need a bunch of bone, but alright, looking pretty standard here so far. We got a switch here. I don't know what we can do with it. It said exit through the yellow door. This looks a lot like the lab at the final part of the map, except polished a lot nicer on the old map. Okay, so there's a candy bar. That's good. Let's see what do we have up here. Nothing fancy. Well, that's a yellow door, so let's check over here really quick.
Surviving alone on that island is virtually impossible. However, I have a way to assist you. Of course, nothing in this world is free, is it? So, I have an offer for you. Find the mutant substance hidden on the island. That material will be invaluable in my research for a zombie cure. Succeed, and I'll send a helicopter for your rescue. Now, hurry. Open the large glass door, and you should see the exit to the bunker.
Alright, looks like we're going to try to save the world this time. So you open that door, jump over all these obstacles.
Once you ascend to the surface, the real battle begins. Show me your skills and determination. I hope you won't disappoint.
And it looks like it's time to head into the real world, so let's go open this door.
You'll need to survive before you even think about finding the mutant substance, understood? I've assembled the best team of experts for assistance. Heed their instructions diligently, absorb the knowledge, and once everything is in place, begin your mission. Nice to meet you. My name is Sierra Wilder, a survival expert. From now on, I'll share all the survival knowledge I know with you. You might feel a bit stiff since you've just woken up. Let's start by loosening up your body.
Okay, so we're just going to do some basic stuff, pretty much my basic tutorial, so hold down shift to sprint.
There are numerous resources required for survival. How about picking up noticeable small stones in the forest? Great, now it's time to use that small stone to make a stone knife. Please open your inventory. You should be able to find the stone knife under the handmade tab on the right. Then, press the craft button. After humans disappeared from Endorna, flora and fauna began to thrive even more. Thanks to these changes, it's become easier to find the necessary materials in nature. Now, shall we gather some branches and leaves? Equip the stone knife you made, and when you cut the bushes, you should be able to get the materials you need. The preparations to save humanity are progressing well. As the next step, we'll be crafting other tools necessary for survival. Shall we start by making an axe?
So we're going to need one more small stone for that. Get the axe made.
You're doing so well that it seems there's little I can assist with. But I'll still share some useful tips. Now, let's gather some wood together. Trees are truly vital resources. They provide various materials essential for survival. Naturally, you've used the axe you just made to chop them down, right? Now it's time to gather stones and minerals. With a pickaxe, the gathering will be much smoother. Using the method you've just learned, try crafting a pickaxe.
So same place, tab. Find your pickaxe, click on that, hit craft. Now we have our pickaxe, we're going to put that on too. If you notice that we're already crafting different rarities of items, so we have the knife, which is a normal pickaxe, and then we have the blue, which is slightly better for the axe.
Great! Now let's use our crafted pickaxe to gather stones and minerals. If you look around carefully, you'll see plenty of rocks. By breaking those rocks, you can easily obtain stones. Shall we also look for ore? Ore is slightly shiny compared to regular rocks. Look for rocks with a black shine to find it. With just a bit of careful observation, you can gather the necessary materials.
Alright, so we've obviously been over this before, so stone are these regular gray stones. It gives you rock, limestone, small stone. And then these big shiny rocks, like she was saying in the little tutorial, these will give us iron ore, possibly a chance at copper, sulfur. So we need to break these, and it'll also give us pieces of iron.
Hey, ever wake up on a zombie island and feel like it's just another morning without your morning brew? I'm Jamal Price, the mechanic. There are plenty of ways to get stronger. Crafting some high-end gear, upgrading what you've got, or advancing some combat gear, I mean you can't really face zombies with just gathering tools. You'll need a crafting bench for that. So, let's kick things off with that. Just set it up wherever. No need to overthink this one.
Alright, now it just wants us to build crafting benches, so let's go ahead and do that like we normally do. So we'll find the hammer and anvil icon over here. Click on the little sword and hammer. That's our equipment workbench. I think he wants the crafting one, which is right here though, so let's go ahead and build that. Actually, he wants the equipment workbench, that's my bad.
The crafting bench is pretty handy. You know, great for making and breaking down gear. Alright, for starters, how about we whip up a pipe on that bench? I got your back.
Alright, so he wants us to make a pipe, so we'll press F while looking at the bench and we'll craft a pipe. Can't say I've actually made one of these on purpose, and it came out with rare, so that's actually a pretty decent one, so we'll put that on 5.
I'm more of an up-close and personal kinder guy, but you looks like you could use some long-range firepower. Try crafting a bow off the bench.
Alright, now we need to make a bow. It looks like we're short on some branches, so let me do some gathering really fast. Okay, so now that we've done a bunch of gathering, let's go ahead and build our bow.
You can't just have a bow and no arrows, right? You'll need some arrows. Making arrows isn't that tough. Open up your inventory and craft some arrows under the handmade tab. Alright, let me show you how to use that gear you just crafted. Equip that bow of yours and shoot an arrow towards our lovely crafting bench. If the arrow sticks into the bench, you can pull it out and use it again. So, where to next? Oh, wait a sec. Don't just leave that crafting bench behind. That's a waste of good resources. To dismantle it, you'll need a hammer. Pop open your inventory and let's craft one. Once you've got that hammer equipped, there's a bunch you can do with it. Hold that hammer and give our worn-out crafting bench something else. But remember, fixing things up takes materials. Always keep those repair resources handy. Equip that hammer and head over to the crafting bench to start the dismantling. You'll recover some of the materials you used on it, so it's all good.
Listen up, soldier. I am Captain Axton Hawkins. Obey my commands and learn the skills to survive on the battlefield. As you advance along the front lines, you'll inevitably face the zombies. When the time arrives, utilize the skills you've acquired to strike and evade at the appropriate times. Safely defeat the zombies. Got it.
Alright, so just the basics again. Alt to dodge, P to change your view. And then it wants us to kill a zombie.
You've already leveled up quite a bit. When you earn experience and level up, you gain an ability point. Using that point, you can enhance various abilities in the character info window. Would you like to check how much stronger you've become?
Good. On the battlefield, everything around you can be a tool for survival. Break objects you find on the way, like cardboard boxes and barrels, using your standard issue gear. There's no special preparation needed. The standard gear is already provided to all of you. Got that?
Alright, so again, like we went over in the last video, if you need to pick up everything, just look down, hit T as in Tango, and it'll pick up all the items in the area. Alright, so now let's just check our character information screen, so press C as in Charlie. And we're going to put some points into memory, try to get it up to 10. And again, if you hover over each one of these, it'll tell you what it gives you. So for memory, it gives us damage to trees, boulders, and ore, damage to zombies, all that's increased. And we'll go over the later stats of why those are important once we get into coils. Now, when you go into loot buildings, you can break down all these boxes and barrels. That'll give you various resources for crafting. These are chests. They'll give you weapons and armor. And repair kits.
Greetings. At last, we meet. The name's Gilbert Foster. I've been assigned to guide you in building your survival base. A survival base isn't just a refuge. It can be the heart of various crafting activities. And it all starts with a solid foundation. How about you start by finding the right spot and open the construction menu to lay down that foundation?
Alright, so our next thing is to build a foundation. I think what we're going to go ahead and do is head into the city. So I'm going to rush over there to where I plan to build, see if we can't get there in time to set up a small base. It's going to be pretty close, but hopefully it works out pretty well. Right now, from where we're at, we're going to kind of have to circumvent through it. I guess the journal updates the next area we should head to, so interesting. But I'm going to fight, kill any zombies we come across on the way just to get the experience points. And we'll probably loot a couple of buildings. So I guess we can cover some of that while we do it. I did go over the various types in the last episode. I'll probably do that again now, but I do want to go ahead and head to a better location to build at. So we can probably just ignore those guys for now. We don't have a ton of resources and ammo. Alright, so on these guys, you need to look out for the green ones. They'll spit at you, like this guy just did right there. Dodge it. They'll explode once they've taken so much damage or get so close. I thought it was exploding, my bad. It will be poison damage and slow, so watch your hit points. Make sure you pick up any bags or chests that they drop. Always go for headshots, it'll do more damage in the long run. Make sure you're always looting your bookshelves. Like right here, we just got a book, so we're going to take all on this. These little lockers typically only give you ammo. At least that's how they used to work. Alright, so we're going to put some more points into memory. Like I said, I'm going to get that up to 10. And we are on the clock, so we're going to try to loot this one more house right here. And then like I said, I'll probably just cut the part out where we go into the city. Alright, so we're on the second floor of that building. If you see these small boxes right here, you can break these down and they'll give you more ammo. And in this ammo crate right here, or this armor crate, we found some actual armor, so let's go ahead and equip that if we can. Alright, so these all give stats. We're not too worried about them right now. They're not going to be very good stats, but they will reduce some damage. Now this is a ring, so we're going to equip that. It'll give us a couple extra stats as well. And then we can eat some food to get some hit points back. Alright, so we have memory up to 10. That should make destroying stuff a lot faster. Next, I think I'm going to put a couple of points into vitality for attack and dodge stamina usage down. For me, we're going to try to get into the first city. So I'm going to make my way down there, fight the zombies on the way.
Well, it seems you're fairly prepared now. With this level of readiness, you stand a fighting chance while searching for the mutant substance. Let's head to the nearest research center. This center was previously the hub for the New Humanity Project, and it was there that the mutant substance initially emerged. I am leaning towards the belief that it could be the root cause of this horrific situation. Well, there's the possibility that I might be wrong. Open the map, pinpoint the location, and get moving. Time is continually ticking away.
Alright, so we're still heading to the city. We did level up and it said a building unlocked, so I guess levels are super important now. Alright, so it says to find the research center location, press M on our map. Mark location on the map. So if we want, we can press J as in Juliet. It should tell us the coordinates, which is going to be 44, 35, 166, 37. Alright, so it marked that on the map. Like I said, you can just right click on there to do that and to remove it.
Soldier, looks like you've drained all your stamina. Every action you take consumes stamina. And remember, once you've run out of stamina, your health starts to drop. You could lose your life in such situations. When your health is low, you need to be particularly cautious. Negligence on the battlefield is never tolerated. Understood?
Have you heard of Kantegal, the fishing master? I don't know much about him, but I've heard his fishing skills are on an entirely different level. Wait! There's a rumor that a book containing his fishing expertise is available in the nearby mart. Aren't you curious? Rush to the mart and find that book.
It sounds like we're going to get a bunch of missions while running around. Now, the reason I stopped right here and stopped moving is in front of us, that is a graduation zombie, or that's what I call them. They have graduation gowns and caps on in a backpack. They're super fast usually. We probably can't kill him with just a bow. I highly doubt we can do enough damage without him getting away. Yep, so he's gone already. We could chase him down, but he's going to alert a bunch of things. Now we can loot these vending machines to get coins and food. We're not too worried about that right now because we don't have a lot of space. So I'm going to see if I can't just sprint through here and I have to fight my whole way because we're getting low on time and we need to get our first base started. Now we can loot cars and do all kinds of stuff here, but again, there's tons of zombies. The alarms will go off. That's an elite behind that guy. Not too worried about them. We should be able to handle them all.
Hey, aren't you curious about how beavers cut down trees? I've heard that there's a book in the nearby church that contains pro tips about the beaver's tree cutting secrets. If you want to become a master of tree collection like a beaver, zip over to the church and find that book. I'll tell you the location of the church, so make sure you note it in your journal. Hey, buddy, you've become quite proficient in gathering research materials. It's time to take your physical abilities up a notch. Are you ready to transform even stronger? You know that increasing damage is the swaggiest way to become powerful, right? Let's start with the assault agent research at the research desk.
Alright guys, so we reached my location where I plan to build the first base to get started with so we can farm and collect books from. So there's another elite right there. We had to kill one over here on the way here and get through a bunch of zombies in the city. So I'm trying to get back some of my arrows. Looks like they've all scattered. So you're just going to open the gates, ease into here, clear these mobs out. We're not worried about going inside just yet. First, we want to set up some defenses.
Hey, you swinging that weapon a bit too hard. If your weapon's durability goes down, every swing, every shot will pack the same part. So, to keep the weapon in top form, it's gonna need some repairs, right? Think of the equipment repair kit as your weapon's BFF. With it, you can make that worn-out weapon feel brand new. Look for the repair tab in your inventory. Select your weapon and repair it with ease. Your weapon's practically screaming for help, so let's get fixing right now.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build some stairs to get on top of this roof, and that's where we're going to set up some of our storages and stuff, so let's go and get started on that. Alright, so here's stairs. If it still works the same way, we should be able to build them on a flat plane. So kind of aim towards the highest point of the roof, that's where we want to go to. Alright, so if we're not snapping like this, just press Alt and it should snap together. There are enemies inside this building, so be careful. That should be high enough so we can just jump across. Now that we're up here, we can safely build and not have to worry about our stuff being destroyed. So let's go ahead and set up our basic work crafting stations. I won't put too much work in to make it look nice. We'll build this out later. That's how we got the equipment workbench set up. Let's see if we can get another one built. Material production bench will be a good one. And then we'll do the crafting bench. These are going to be the 3 primaries to get started with. From there, we could really use a chest. I don't know if we have enough mats to get all that built right now, so let's open this menu, see if everything's still in the same spot. Alright, so for the chest, we're going to need to make some wooden planks. Press B as in Bravo again, come back into here. Find your workbench or your chest. Looks like it's unsnapped again. And we'll need some more nails to do that. We'll probably have to upgrade one of these workstations. Open up the right here at tier 1. And from here we can go ahead and store some of the things that we don't need. So right now we're not going to need herbs. We don't need any cells right now, but save those. They'll come in really in handy later. Store your fuel tanks. You can hit the sort button at the top left here. It'll sort your items so you can see everything easier. Let's put our books and ammo over here for now. And we'll store our repair kits because we probably don't have anything really worth repairing at the moment. Store the coins. We'll need those later on. We don't need any of the tree resin or the sulfur. Pretty much all we really need are the basics to get us going. And you can sort your chest the same way. From there, we do need to upgrade these and get to where we can build to the next tier of them. We also need to make a workbench or a research bench if it'll let us. So let's go back to our crafting tables. And right here at the 3rd tab, crafting bench, we need 2 wooden planks. Well, first, I guess we can go ahead and build a foundation. So let's actually head back downstairs. Don't think we can make that jump to that, so we'll put up another staircase if we have the mats. Oop, too far. You do take fall damage, so be careful. The biggest thing right there being that we wanted to get all that set up just so we have a place to put all of our extra materials. Now we need to break down some of this stuff, so let's go and get this out of the way.
To survive on your own, you need to carry various items in your inventory. You can't just carry everything around indiscriminately, because the space in your inventory is limited. It's a good idea to only keep what's necessary and organize the rest well. Then, let's build a storage box in the survival base and store items there.
Alright, so our current quest is to either move to the research center or to build a foundation. So we're going to build the foundation. I think we're going to build it a little bit farther back. Trying to remember how I did this last time. Think about right here should work fine.
Hold on expanding the foundation further. First, as before, select the foundation in the construction window and hit the build button. When you can see the blueprint of the foundation, turn on the snap function during construction. This feature allows your new construction to align and attach seamlessly with previously built structures. Now, with the snap function activated, try extending your foundation by one more square.
Alright, so the only thing about this foundation is I don't like it because I built it too high, so let's go and we'll leave it in place. We can go ahead and put up the next one next to it. So we can actually drop this by pressing Q. You can raise it back up by pressing E. Press left Alt if you want to unsnap it. Alt if you want it snapping in place. Move around and look if you want to kind of position it. Mouse wheel to rotate. And like I said, we're going to go a little bit lower though. Oh, do we need to go? Yeah, we need to go just a little bit lower because I like to be able to run and jump and grab it.
You're following along splendidly. When constructing buildings, remember you have the option to adjust the height. Try experimenting with the foundation's height as you build. Also, you'll need a considerable amount of logs for constructing a survival base. It's essential to consistently chop down trees and collect logs. Think of yourself as a diligent beaver, tirelessly gathering wood. Did you know that beavers are quite the expert builders in the animal kingdom? But for now, let's focus on building your survival base. We can dive into the fascinating world of beavers at another time.
Alright, so before we use up all our materials, let's go and build some stairs, because if they can't get to you, then they won't go the way you want them to. So we're going to rotate this into place, put these on the front. Put some on the sides, you'll see why later. And from there, I like to add into these corner ones. That way they can't get stuck under the center of the steps. I also like to put them on this side. Alright, so now that we're out of materials, I'm going to go ahead and knock down all the trees inside of here.
Hey, how about throwing a little surprise party for those zombies? Throwing weapons. Now, that's right up your alley for someone who loves a good surprise. Let's craft some throwing knives or javelins. The zombies are in for a real shocker.
Alright, so they want us to make some throwing weapons, so we could go ahead and do that, I suppose. I really don't like them. So it's going to organize our inventory. We're just going to make... Let me see, what's the cheapest thing we can make? Javelins are pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and craft that one time.
Have you prepared the throwing weapons? Good. Throwing weapons can be easily equipped, thrown, and retrieved, making them handy in emergencies. Try discreetly taking out the zombies with those throwing weapons.
So they pretty much just want us to go over throwing weapons, I believe. So right here is a javelin. So you can just hold down the left mouse button, or actually you hold down the right mouse button, and you'll aim, and then you just release. It's got a little bit of a delay to it, then you can pick it right back up. Again, not my favorite weapon, doesn't do a lot of damage, the accuracy is bad, it's really, really slow. Alright, so we gathered a lot more materials, so we're going to lay down some more foundations. Again, we're going to be using these solid ones, so let's go ahead and build a couple. Alright, and then we're going to leave a gap back here, so if we want to build foundations here, though, there is a way. We'll build these ones with the open bottoms, that way in case zombies fall off, they can get underneath the steps. And this will be the start to our first wave. We should be fine with the amount of foundations we currently have made. But we're going to go ahead and set another one right here. And we'll place one on the other side for like a marker just in case we do need it. Let's go ahead and get our knife back out, or put it away rather, and we'll run back up here and get down some more storages, clean up our inventory, and build some more stuff. So make sure you're saving your herb plants. You'll need those later on. They'll come in handy, I promise. So don't throw those away. I know they look like they're easy to get, but they do take a while. Alright, so from right here, our current quest is to build another storage crate. So go back to our hammer and anvil and side of, or actually go back to the chair, chest icon at the top. There's the storage crate. Let's go and build one more.
Is the storage box insufficient? How about thinking of a solution? One way is to build more storage boxes, but this will take up a lot of space. Another method is to upgrade the storage box. By upgrading the storage box, you can increase its capacity, making it more efficient to use. Isn't that a good solution? Then, try upgrading the storage box.
Alright, so if you want to do what he says and upgrade the storage box, we'll probably need some leather, but you can look at it, press T while holding the hammer. It'll tell you what it requires, so it's going to take 1 iron ingot, 4 nails, 1 piece of rubber, and some iron plate. That'll make the inside storage part of this bigger. Right now we're not worried about that. I would like to get these 2 benches upgraded. It also wants us to go and throw and retrieve throwing knives and javelins at zombies. And the days have been increased on this patch. That's why it's still daytime, even though it seems like we've been doing stuff forever. I'm probably working ahead of the tutorial. That's why it keeps wanting me to build extra stuff that we've already done. I wonder if let's see if we go to journal, can we see the different quests? Okay, so right here at the top we have tabs that gives us each person that's giving us quests. So like right here, larger storage. Veronica has us wanting to go to the research center. We want to hold off on that until we're ready. We don't want to take too long though, because eventually we need to focus just pretty much on the base and reaching out farther on the map. Okay, so like right here, he goes over how to repair our equipment, which is at the top. So I guess we could try to take care of that. So we'll grab our repair kit, open our tab menu, click on the wrench. It shows all of our damaged items. I really don't want to waste anything, but we'll go and repair the axe. And then just click repair. Now it's repaired. And then we can craft the equipment repair kit on the equipment workbench. So they're made right here using 1 piece of plastic and 1 piece of cloth. So her quest says that she wants us to check our character screen, which we're currently on. I'm not sure what part of it she wants us to make the details. From here we do have more points. So we could keep putting them to vitality. We could put them in strength for more damage. I don't care about the jump power. I don't care about noise and movement speed that much, so attention doesn't matter to me. Hit point recovery from items. Evasion rate is judgment. Endurance is damage taken. Stamina regen. So let's put some points into that. So I believe hers is done. It says reward is vitality +1. So the Axton's the one wanting us to attack people. And then we have different tabs under the tabs right here at the top. So this guy wants us to build lamps. Wouldn't mind putting a lamp up here. So let's go to our chair icon, the light icon, and then it'll show us what we need for that, which is going to be fuel. And let's just set it right here so we can see everything around us. I'm not a huge fan of this tutorial. It's just kind of slow compared to how I'd normally build, so we usually would be a lot farther along by now and probably be fighting the wave. Here it wants us to do foundation and adjust heights, even though we already went over that. From here, let's see. I kind of want to start upgrading stuff and building. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get the traps without getting too far ahead of the tutorial. I guess I need to build more javelins. So we have 2 already. Let's go ahead and build up to 8. So we need 4 more of these. And then we need throwing knives. Seems like a huge waste of metal, but let's do it anyways.
You've obtained seeds. How about starting farming with these seeds? To begin farming, you first need to prepare compost. You can create compost at the crafting station, and you can also find it by thoroughly searching inside the house. Right now, it seems more efficient to search for compost in the house. Once you have gathered compost, construct a farm on flat ground and sow the seeds. As time passes, those seeds will grow into crops ready for harvest. Harvest the crops with a sense of pride and enjoy the taste of the produce you've grown yourself. Keep in mind that you'll need compost every time you plant crops, so it's good to find a way to continuously seek your compost.
Well, she was just going over farming. We're not going to get to farming for a while. I'm not too concerned about that. I think what we're actually going to do is store a bunch of stuff, and then we'll try to go ahead and hit the research center. But I need a couple of sticks first. But before we head out, I want to go ahead and put down the research table so that we can go ahead and do some research. So we're going to set that right here. We can just rebuild it later. Press F to interact with that, and right here I want to get Novice Porter so we can get our inventory slots up. I would go for the rest, but we still need some books for those. We can do Novice Scavenger so we can pillage faster, and that should probably be that's all of our research points for now. I don't think we're actually going to have time to go out and do the research center, but we can try to ease into it. Okay, so the research center is still in the same location. It should be over this way. So I just jumped on the wall really quick. We're going to run down this. Make sure you don't overuse your stamina because it will go into your hit points. And let's go ahead and pop a quick save. So if we leave that building, which is over here in the city, it's over here kind of by the hospital, in case anybody's looking for it. I guess I can show you on the map where we're currently at. Let me zoom in. You can zoom in using the mouse wheel. So it's this large structure right here. The hospital's right here. And from that direction, just head up from the hospital to the intersection of the road here. And the research center should be over there where that pipe is at, that red chimney looking thing.
You've already reached the lab, quicker than I anticipated. Check the experimental logs at the ground floor desk. Don't get your hopes too high. Most of the data will likely be unhelpful, but even if the odds are slim, it's worth pursuing if there's a non-zero chance, right?
As we see, these throwing knives aren't very good. They're pretty slow. They are cool looking though. That's we need to do 2 more attacks with these. So we're going to fight our way through these zombies right here to try to head in. We have a zombie coming straight for us. That happens throughout the game. The hordes that do that will get bigger and bigger. Alright, so we killed this guy with some javelins. He dropped a crate, so we can grab it. Should give us some gear or a weapon. Now, there used to be an elite that hung out right here, so I don't see him this time. We'll go over him the next time we find one of them. From there, we need to go inside of here and start looting this building. Alright, so if you're worried about zombies coming from behind you, go ahead and shut the door. If you want to wait at free egress, though, I'd leave it open. The room we're looking for is going to be right here above the front door, if nothing's moved. Once you're inside of here, there's tons of stuff to loot, so you can pick up things from the tables, you can tear apart computers, so make sure you check everything, check all the cabinets. I probably won't go over every single room. I will cover anything special that we see.
According to the experimental logs, there's a storage unit for the mutant substance on the 2nd floor. It's possible some of the substance used in the New Humanity Project is still there. This project was spearheaded by the remarkable Dr. Cleon. Dr. Cleon was a truly extraordinary individual. He possessed deep knowledge that most people were unaware of. Of course, ultimately, it was the side effects of Dr. Cleon's New Humanity Project that transformed the world into its current state. Regardless, obtaining it could put an end to this horrifying ordeal.
Soldier, how's the combat against the zombies going? Now, I'll teach you the next combat technique. Knowing how to exploit the weaknesses of zombies can make combat much easier. Being aware of their vulnerabilities means you can quickly eliminate the threat and protect yourself from further danger. Always remember, a zombie's primary weak point is its head. However, aiming for the head isn't always easy in every situation, so extensive practice is required. Practice using about a precisely target and hit a zombie's head. It seems you've acquired a shield, soldier. A shield is traditionally known as equipment designed to defend against enemy attacks. Do you think the same? However, using a shield solely for defensive purposes in actual combat is a novice move. If you block an enemy's strike accurately with a shield, you get an opportunity to counterattack. It allows you to strike back. But if you rely on the shield indiscriminately, your posture will collapse, putting you at risk. Therefore, it's paramount to constantly monitor and manage your guard stamina. Keep this in mind and achieve victory in the battle against the zombies.
You use a flashlight when moving in dark areas, right? But a flashlight alone might not illuminate the surroundings enough. In such cases, try equipping a torch. The blazing flame of the torch will brightly light up the area around you. Would you like to try crafting a torch from your inventory?
Alright everybody, so we fought our way to the 2nd floor. We found a lot of loot. We do have a gun finally, so we could actually drop that down here. Probably going to get rid of these javelins. Did not mean to equip that. I think we just lost something. But we're definitely running out of space, and it's getting dark. It's getting really late in the game too, so we need to actually get to where we're heading back towards the base here soon, but we're almost done. Looks like everything came down from upstairs, so the detection radius now is a lot higher. So they all came at us at once. I had to actually go outside to finish them off. My bow's damaged, so I'm trying to use up the last of my throwing knives. They're actually working pretty well as long as you can time them just right. So what we're looking for up here, it's going to be inside of this room. And I do advise looting everything in this building, especially these computers. We've already found some copper wire, which is really good. Now, there used to be books over here, so let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like what we need is right here. Let me make sure we have some space first. Yep, so we're good.
The mutant substance is shattered, just as I anticipated. It seems someone else might have gotten to it first. However, the logs indicate that the security guard, Walter, handed over the substance to Dr. David. If I'm right, it would have been transferred to the doctor's lab on the 4th floor of the hospital. Shall we head there?
Alright, looks like they're just going to inform us where to go next instead of us having to pick up journal entries. A lot of times you'll find special books and magazines in these locations too. So like I said, I'm going to finish through this place, then we'll head back to the base. Now a lot of this stuff really quick while we're right here.
Due to the variability of the mutation substance, there exist zombies with distinct characteristics. To survive, you must recognize these types of enemies. The standard-sized zombies are called light zombies. Generally, based on their form and behavioral patterns, they are classified as walkers, runners, jumpers, and so on. However, it's better to experience them firsthand rather than just taking my word for it. Head to the front lines and hunt down those light zombies. That's the true path of a soldier.
Alright, now that he's done talking, so on these things, we need a wrench to break those down. That's going to be one of the first things we head towards on the research table. Like again, once I said before, we'll loot this place to the max, and as much as we can carry, and then go straight back to base.
When exploring unknown territories, it's common to get lost. There are times when you can't remember where the important places were. Flags can solve such problems. You can check the location of the flag on the map, and even leave a simple note. Try placing the flag in places you deem important. It will be of great help.
The city has truly changed. After people disappeared, animals roam the streets freely. Creatures big and small, like rabbits and bears, seem to have become the new rulers of the city. It's time to remind those animals who's at the top of the ecological pyramid. Not only are animals an excellent source of protein, but they also provide various valuable materials. However, using melee weapons can be challenging when hunting swift animals. Using ranged weapons like bows or guns can make hunting more effective. How about trying to hunt a small rabbit? Approach your target cautiously and aim for the perfect timing.
Darkness is starting to fall. Zombies will start swarming around midnight. We must have our defenses up before then. The simplest defensive structure we can build is the spike fence. When surrounded and endangered by zombies, lure them to the spike fence for elimination. This way, you can get out of the danger. We're short on time, so don't delay and get to it immediately. Got that, soldier.
Alright, so we made it back to base. We're going to go ahead and disassemble some stuff that we don't need. So to disassemble, if you want to, go ahead and come to this crafting bench with the blueprint on it. Press F to interact with it. Press F to interact with it, go to the far right. When you do so, you can pick out what you want to get rid of. So we went ahead and crafted this new bow, got rid of the old one instead of just repairing that one. We're going to do the same thing with the stone knife. I'd rather try to craft one at a higher quality than to keep repairing one that's not worth having. So we just assemble that. We have two shields here. Let's figure out which one's the best. So this one's got 2 sockets, plus 15% lightning reinforcement. This one has plus 50% guard point and 15% fire. I don't really use shields, but I'll keep one just in case we ever need it. So we're going to recycle this one here. From that, we have 2 pipes, so same thing with that. Make sure they have the same stats, same sockets. So this one's got plus 15 memory. This one's got plus 15 memory with wound reinforcement, cold reinforcement, and stability. So it looks like it's going to be much better. So let's go ahead and recycle this pipe. Now, the better quality weapons and things you're recycling, the better material types you'll get back. And we have a spear. That's one of my favorite weapons. I didn't realize we had picked one of those up. So that'll make life a little bit easier. We're going to get rid of these brass knuckles. We'll find some better ones later. From there, I'd like to recycle our throwing stars if possible too. I do not see that option. So I guess they're just going to be scrap. I think we're going to end the episode there. We have 3 hours to build our defenses and take on the wave. So I think we'll start the next episode with building defenses and fighting the first wave on the new update and see if it's any different than the other one. So until then, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully my voice is back by then. Hopefully this wasn't too bad on you or too rough on you. I did stop talking a lot just to rest my voice and so that the new NPC characters could get their voice acting in. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging out.